Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my video. Everyone like and subscribe. Everyone watch this video that I got for you to watch.
Everyone knows Tanjiro Kamado, the main protagonist of Demon Slayer and one of the kindest and purest heroes in anime. But the vast majority of people don't realize the full extent of Tanjiro's power. They don't know that he's able to use elements of 4 different breathing styles, and that he and his sister Nezuko possess a secret weapon that can destroy even Muzan himself. By the end of this video, you will know the full extent of all of Tanjiro's powers and abilities, including his incredible secret weapon, and the hidden connection between Tanjiro and Demon Daddy Muzan. If you want to learn all the secret info so that you can brag to your friends about being a bigger Demon Slayer fan than them, be sure to watch this video until the very end. You will not be disappointed. You guys know how this works. You leave a quick like and comment right now, and the YouTube algorithm doesn't destroy me.
He's
and of
right.
course,
Leave
if you're
a like.
the over 50% of people who watch our videos
And
regularly but haven't
too.
taken the time to subscribe yet, do me a big favor and make this the video that you subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications. Subscribing on YouTube is completely free and is the only way to make sure that you're going to be notified when we drop more Demon Slayer videos. And I'm telling you right now, we have a lot more content on Demon Slayer coming very soon. Finally, this video will contain Demon Slayer manga spoilers. I'm going to be looking at all of the relevant information regarding Tanjiro's powers and abilities, so please proceed with caution. You have been warned. Tanjiro had a very humble childhood, and he never intended to become an overpowered demon-slaying warrior. He was born on a mountain in a family of charcoal merchants, and the family lived a simple and rural life. Tanjiro learned coal burning techniques from his parents, and he helped to carry and sell charcoal in the town that was closest to their mountain home. This means that Tanjiro was exposed to daily physical labor and physical activity from an early age, which certainly made him fit and strong. But Tanjiro never trained to be a fighter or a swordsman of any kind, and the only formal training that he actually got was dance lessons. More specifically, Tanjiro's father, Tanjiro, taught him the dance of the fire god, also known as Hinokami Kagura, a ritual dance technique that has been passed on from father to son within Tanjiro's family for centuries. Unbeknownst to Tanjiro, this ritual dance actually contained the fundamentals of sun breathing, the original and most powerful breathing style. So even though he didn't know it, Tanjiro was in fact training to become a master swordsman from a very young age. But this dance training is not the only reason why Tanjiro eventually became so powerful. As we see in the very first episode of the anime and first chapter of the manga, Tanjiro was blessed with some incredible natural abilities and instincts. First, we have his sense of smell that is far superior to that of an average human, and Tanjiro is able to use this to his advantage many times throughout the story. But even more impressive than his finely honed senses are Tanjiro's excellent instincts in battle, and his phenomenal ability to think strategically and creatively even in the most dangerous situations. When he first meets the water Hashira Giyu, after the tragic death of his family and after Nezuko's transformation into a demon, Tanjiro manages to utterly impress Giyu with his combat instincts and his ability to think on his feet. While Tanjiro is trying to prevent Giyu from killing Nezuko, even though she's been turned into a demon, he figures out quickly that Giyu is much stronger than him and that he cannot win in a head-on battle. So Tanjiro tricks Giyu by throwing his hatchet into the air when Giyu isn't looking, and then he distracts Giyu with a head-on attack while pretending to still be holding the hatchet in his hand. Even though this attack could have led to Tanjiro's death, it had the desired effect, and Giyu didn't realize that Tanjiro had already thrown the hatchet until he was almost hit with it. So Giyu, a master swordsman and a Hashira, was just inches away from being killed by a 16-year-old charcoal merchant with zero combat experience. In the end, Giyu is so impressed by both Tanjiro and Nezuko that he spares their lives and recruits them into the Demon Slayer Corps. He is even willing to stake his own life on their success, because Giyu agrees to commit not alive if Nezuko ever eats a human. So right from the get-go, it is clear that Tanjiro has exceptional combat instincts, and that is only emphasized further as the story For example, when Tanjiro is fighting Sekido during the Swordsmith Village arc, Sekido acknowledges that Tanjiro has great intuition and that he thinks extremely quickly on his feet. Tanjiro is able to evaluate the situation on the battlefield in an instant, and he intuitively formulates an incredibly effective strategy, like when he secretly cuts off Urogi's foot and then uses it to block Sekido's lightning attack, because he was able to figure out that the demon's own cells are not affected by the lightning. Since both Urogi and Sekido come from the same demon, they have the same cells, and so the leg of one demon can be used to pacify an attack by the other. Tanjiro's insanely good combat intuition and his ability to think and act strategically under pressure continue to be an important theme throughout the story. These combat instincts are not necessarily something that Tanjiro learned or trained to develop. He possesses them intuitively even before he undergoes any combat training, as we saw during his first meeting with Giyu. So we have to openly acknowledge that Tanjiro is extremely gifted and possesses a great deal of natural talent. I don't think he's the most naturally talented character in the story. I would say that both Yorichi and Muichiro surpass him in that regard. But nonetheless, Tanjiro does have protagonist levels of natural talent. This talent, when combined with his immense determination to save his sister and with his truly impressive work ethic, helps to explain how Tanjiro is able to become such a successful demon slayer so quickly. The first breathing style that Tanjiro learns is water breathing, and he learns it after 6 months of training with Giyu's master and the former water Hashira, Sakonji Urokodaki. Tanjiro then successfully passes the final selection, and in doing so, he demonstrates not only impressive swordsmanship skills, but also advanced acrobatic abilities. His strength and skill advances rapidly after he becomes a full-fledged demon slayer and begins facing off against stronger and stronger demons. Water breathing has 10 different forms, plus an 11th one that was created by Giyu, but Tanjiro doesn't use that one. The first 10 forms include first form Water Surface Slash, which is basically a single concentrated slash. The second form is Water Wheel, which, as the name suggests, involves the user jumping in the air and spinning in midair in a circular path in order to create an attack that resembles a water wheel. The third form is Flowing Dance, which involves the user swinging their sword while mimicking the movements of flowing water. The fourth form is Striking Tide, which involves using multiple consecutive slashes while twisting the user's body in a way that resembles a powerful water tide. The fifth form is Blessed Rain after the drought, which allows the user to kill the target in a merciful way so that the enemy will not suffer. This is used on enemies who are already defeated and helpless. The sixth form is Whirlpool, which involves the user sharply twisting their upper and lower body and creating a whirlpool that will cut through anything in its path. The seventh form is Drop Ripple Thrust, the fastest technique of the Breath of Water style. It amounts to a single but very quick and accurate stab. The eighth form is Waterfall Basin, a vertical cut. The ninth form is Splashing Water Flow Turbulent, which allows the user to adapt to shaky footing by minimizing his landing time and the size of the surface needed to land safely. The 10th form is Constant Flux, a continuous slashing attack that becomes more powerful with each new rotation. As he becomes stronger and more skilled with using water breathing, Tanjiro actually improves upon and combines some of these forms in battle. For example, he creates second form Improved Lateral Water Wheel, which is an alternate version of second form Water Wheel, and in which the user unleashes a horizontal spin instead of a vertical one. There is also Whirlpool Flow, which is a combination of third form Flowing Dance and sixth form Whirlpool. Tanjiro combines the footwork of Flowing Dance with the twisting movements of Whirlpool. Again, the fact that Tanjiro begins to combine and improve upon some of these forms so soon after learning to use them speaks to his natural skill and talent, as well as to his determination and commitment to his training. During his fight against Rui, Tanjiro finds himself in a desperate state and facing certain death. In that moment, Tanjiro realizes that the ritual dance he learned from his father, the dance of the fire god or the Hinokami Kagura, can actually be used as a distinct breathing style, and he proceeds to use it for the first time in battle. As we later learn, although still unperfected at this point in time, Tanjiro's Hinokami Kagura is actually the original and strongest breathing style, sun breathing. More than 400 years ago, the original user of this breathing style,